Good morning, live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of major infrastructure, medical and biorefinery projects in northeast Indian state of Assam. Thousands of anti-immigration protesters marched through London. Anti-racism campaigners flag concern. After Poland, Russian drones breach Romanian airspace during attack on neighboring Ukraine. Normalcy returning in Nepal days after violent protests. President Podel appeals all parties to cooperate in conducting fresh polls on March 5th. In sports, stages set in Dubai for blockbuster face-off between India and Pakistan in Asia Cup. And India's Jasmine Lamboria bags gold at the World Boxing Championship in England, overcomes Paris Olympic silver medalist Julia Cesmata in the finals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a two-day visit to Assam. Soon after his arrival in the state on Saturday, Prime Minister participated in celebrations to commemorate 100th birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika in Guwahati. The celebrations to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Hazarika, whose contributions to Assamese music, literature and culture remains unparalleled. Speaking at the event, Prime Minister underscored the lessons of humanity in the songs composed by Bhupen Hazarika. He also described Bhupenda as a great champion of India's unity and integrity.
भूपेंद्र भारत की एकता और अखंडता के महान नायक थे। दशकों पहले जब नॉर्थ ईस्ट उपेक्षा का शिकार था, नॉर्थ ईस्ट को हिंसा और अलगाववाद की आग में जलने के लिए छोड़ दिया गया था, तब भूपेंद्र उस मुश्किल समय में भी भारत की एकता को ही आवाज देते रहे। उन्होंने समृद्ध पूर्वोत्तर का सपना देखा था। उन्होंने प्रकृति के अद्भुत सौंदर्य में बसे पूर्वोत्तर के लिए गीत गाए थे।
And Prime Minister also underlined the spirit of patriotism shown during Operation Sindoor, reiterating that India cannot compromise on its security and the echo of country's strength has reached the whole world.
पाकिस्तान के आतंकी मंसूबों को देश ने ऐसा जवाब दिया कि भारत की ताकत की गूंज पूरी दुनिया तक गई है। हमने दिखा दिया भारत का दुश्मन किसी भी कोने में सुरक्षित नहीं रहेगा। नया भारत किसी भी कीमत पर अपनी सुरक्षा और स्वाभिमान से समझौता नहीं करेगा।
On day 2 of Assam visit, that is today, Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate and lay foundation stone of major infrastructure and industrial development projects worth over rupees 18,530 crore. In Darang, Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone of multiple projects. The projects include Darang Medical College and Hospital, GNM School and BSc Nursing College, strengthening medical education and healthcare delivery in the region, Guwahati Ring Road project that will enhance urban mobility, decongest traffic and improve connectivity in and around the capital city, in Kuruva Narengi Bridge over River Brahmaputra, which is going to improve connectivity and promote socio-economic development in the region. At Numaligarh in Golaghat, Prime Minister will inaugurate the Assam bioethanol plant at Numaligarh Refinery Limited, aimed at promoting clean energy and reducing dependence on fossil fuels. PM will also lay the foundation stone of polypropylene plant at Numaligarh Refinery Limited, adding significant value to Assam's petrochemical sector. It will also generate employment opportunities and lead to overall socio-economic development of the region. And earlier on Saturday, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated series of key development initiatives in Manipur. During his visit, he unveiled multiple projects worth over 1,200 crore rupees. In Churchandpur, he laid foundation stones for several major development projects valued at 7,300 crore rupees. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister emphasized that government is committed to ensuring peace and stability in the state.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on an energetic visit across northeast India. Upon arriving in Churachandpur, he engaged warmly with the local Kuki community, spending quality time with them. PM Modi received an enthusiastic welcome as people gathered on both sides of the road to greet him in Churachandpur. During his visit, the Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for several major development projects in Churachandpur with a combined investment exceeding Rs 7,300 crore. These initiatives include the Manipur urban roads, drainage, and asset management improvement projects valued at over 3,600 crore, 5 national highway projects worth more than 2,500 crore, the Manipur Infotech Development Project, and working women hostels across 9 locations, among others. In recent years, the government has already invested Rs 3,700 crore to enhance national highways in the region, boosting connectivity to hundreds of villages. Further, new highway projects totaling Rs 8,700 crore are making swift progress, complemented by a Rs 22,000 crore investment in rail connectivity. Addressing the crowd, the Prime Minister highlighted the significance of these projects for Manipur's growth and underscored the need to keep pushing the state forward on the path of peace and development.
किसी भी स्थान पर विकास के लिए शांति की स्थापना बहुत जरूरी है। बीते 11 वर्षों में नॉर्थ ईस्ट में दशकों से चल रहे अनेक विवाद, अनेक संघर्ष समाप्त हुए हैं। लोगों ने शांति का रास्ता चुना है, विकास को प्राथमिकता दी है।
Speaking in Imphal, PM Modi highlighted Manipur's rich cultural heritage, noting its long-standing tradition of women empowerment. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to continue supporting and empowering women across the region.
मणिपुर की हजारों वर्ष पुरानी समृद्ध विरासत है। यहां संस्कृति की जड़ें मजबूत है, गहरी है। मणिपुर मां भारती के मुकुट पर सजा मुकुट रत्न है।
PM Modi emphasized the need to continuously strengthen Manipur's developmental image. He stressed the importance of consistently advancing Manipur on the path of peace and development.
मणिपुर में शांति और स्थिरता आए, यहां के लोगों के हित सुरक्षित रहे, जो कैंपों में रहने को मजबूर है, उनका जीवन फिर पटरी पर आए, इसके लिए हमारी सरकार निरंतर काम कर रही है। सरकार द्वारा विस्थापितों के लिए 7,000 नए घर स्वीकृत किए गए हैं।
Emphasizing Imphal as a city full of potential, the Prime Minister expressed his vision of transforming it into one of India's most developed cities, a place that nurtures the dreams of its youth and accelerates national progress. He also pointed out that several smart city mission projects have been completed in Imphal, with many others worth hundreds of crores underway. Mohammad Absarul Hassan reports for DD India.
The day also saw Prime Minister Modi laying the foundation stones for and inaugurate multiple projects worth over 9,000 crore rupees in Aizawl, Mizoram, covering sectors like railways, roadways, energy and sports. The occasion saw Prime Minister expressing regret for not joining in person due to bad weather. Despite this, he felt the warmth of the people's affection, calling the day historic. Prime Minister Modi declared, from today, Aizawl will be on India's railway map.
'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's railway map. 'Aizawl will be on India's
In a major push for development in the northeast, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Mizoram, where he inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for projects worth over 9,000 crore rupees in Aizawl. In a historic first for Mizoram, PM Modi inaugurated the state's maiden railway line and flagged off the Rajdhani Express connecting Aizawl to Delhi. This marks Aizawl's formal entry onto India's railway map. Speaking at the event, Prime Minister highlighted Mizoram's vital role in the Act East policy and the Northeast Economic Corridor. He also hailed next-gen GST reforms, emphasizing that essential services like healthcare will now become more affordable for the common citizens.
Recently, next generation GST reforms have been announced. This means lower taxes on many products, making life easier for families. Before 2014, even daily essential like toothpaste, soap, and oil were taxed at 27%. Today, only 5% GST is applicable. During Congress rule, medicines, test kits, and insurance policies were heavily taxed. That is why healthcare was expensive and insurance was out of reach for ordinary families. But today, all these have become affordable. The new GST rates will also make medicines for serious diseases like cancer more inexpensive.
PM Modi accused opposition parties of playing vote bank politics and stated that the BJP is committed to serving the most neglected sections of society and ensuring inclusive development.
For a long time, some political parties in our country practiced vote bank politics. Their focus was always on places which had more votes and seats. The entire Northeast, including states like Mizoram, suffered greatly because of this attitude. But our approach is very different. Those who were earlier neglected are at the forefront now. Those who were once marginalized are the mainstream now. For the past 11 years, we have been working for the development of the Northeast.
PM said that with this major connectivity boost and multi-sectoral development push, Mizoram is set to become a key player in India's growth story. Mohammad Afzarul Hassan's report for DD India.
And still to come on DD India News Hour. US Secretary of State says Qatar strike not going to change US-Israel ties as he visits Israel. Russia and Belarus begin military exercise near NATO border after drone incursion. Annual Peace Bell ceremony held at the United Nations headquarters in New York.
We lock our doors, put up fences, all to protect our house. But what about the home that we all share? Today's episode is to remind us that preservation extends beyond humans.
We tell our buyers that the coffee they're buying or they're consuming is contributing or is preserving the habitat for these many species of birds and animals.
We are promoting ecotourism only. We call volunteers to walk on the field so that they can learn from the village.
GDSI is a ranking system created by an association to make its location sustainable in terms of tourism and event management.
We use the feces as manure for our crops. That's how integrated farming becomes very profitable.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. In Nepal, normalcy is gradually returning following several days of violent protests in the Himalayan nation. President Ramchandra Paudel has appealed to all parties to cooperate in successfully conducting the general election scheduled for 5th of March next year. President Paudel urged all parties to make good use of the opportunity gained with careful planning to satisfy the public and conduct the election scheduled for the date while maintaining composure. Issuing a statement on Saturday, President Paudel emphasized that after great efforts in the extremely difficult circumstances of the country, a peaceful solution has emerged. The constitution has survived, the parliamentary system has survived, and the Federal Democratic Republic is intact. He said people have the opportunity to advance towards a more developed democracy by completing the elections of the House of Representatives within 6 months. Earlier, interim Nepal Prime Minister Sushila Kharki visited injured protesters in Kathmandu Hospital on Saturday. Nepalese PM visited 2 hospitals to meet families of protesters wounded when the police had opened fire on anti-corruption demonstrators. PM Kharki also visited the sites that were damaged and set on fire by the protesters. She was appointed after 2 days of intense negotiations between President Paudel, Army Chief Ashok Raj Sigdel, and the protest leaders behind Nepal's worst upheaval in years, in which at least 51 people were killed and more than 1,300 injured. And for more, DD India correspondent Shweta Singh is joining us live from Kathmandu, Nepal. Shweta, give us a sense of how things are coming down in Nepal after days of unrest.
Shubhendu, you see, even yesterday night when I was moving across valley, different areas, it was many buildings were charred, businesses like Hart Bateni, so many restaurant bars. I do not know why restaurant bars were burnt. Like bike showroom was looted, there was no bike at all, and the building was burnt. So this was very surprising that on the name of Gen Z protest, many unsocial elements did looting and created chaos. And Valley is trying to come back to normal, but it is really not easy because you see most of the buildings are burnt, people have turned jobless. So things are trying to be normal here because you see from last 5 days, no buses were flying to different areas out of Valley. But today, you see, from yesterday evening, buses started flying in a good number. So like 300 buses departed from a new bus park of Kathmandu. And Dasai is approaching soon. After a week, Dasai starts. Dasai is a very popular festival here, Dashara, what we call in India. Here we call it Dasai. And that's people wait for year long for this festival. And this is the time when people from across the globe, USA, Australia, New Zealand, from everywhere, Nepalis do come back home to join the festivity. It's like a family get-together occasion. So as Dasai is coming, and this happened just before Dasai, it's really not easy. I would say it's slowly coming in track, but really difficult.
Right, and fresh elections are scheduled for March next year. Meanwhile, how is the political leadership seeking to address the trust deficit with the people, especially the youth?
So, Shubhendu, you see, because Prime Minister Sushila Kharki was one of the popular name among Gen Z that was voted as a Prime Minister here. So definitely Gen Z have been calmed down. But taking the now cabinet, who will be part of the cabinet? This is another issue. Now, as the parliament is dissolved, there is no such leader with experience to hold on any ministry as such. And Sushila Karki ji had promised Gen Z that she will take Gen Z representative as a part of her government. We are yet to see how Gen Z will be handling this participation in government until March 5 election, because anybody is inexperienced. Because as parliament is dissolved and no previous leaders, if they are not taken in the new cabinet, there will be no experienced person, and it will be completely on Sushila Karki ji to handle the entire portfolio. So we are yet waiting for how politically things will turn and how Singh Darbar will be handling itself.
Shweta, thank you for those updates. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his wishes to PM Sushila Karki on assuming office as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal. Speaking in Imphal on Saturday, Prime Minister Modi affirmed India remains firmly committed to peace, progress and prosperity of the people of Nepal.
नेपाल की पहली महिला प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में सुशीला जी का आना महिला सशक्तिकरण का बहुत उत्तम उदाहरण है। मैं आज नेपाल में ऐसे हर एक व्यक्ति की सराहना करूंगा जिसने ऐसे अस्थिरता भरे माहौल में भी लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों को सर्वोपरि रखा।
Moving on, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio begins Israel visit on Sunday after expressing the Trump administration's unwavering support for its ally against Hamas. The visit is taking place after U.S. President rebuked Israel over the unprecedented attack against Hamas leaders meeting in Doha on Tuesday. Before departing for the region on Saturday, Rubio told reporters that while Trump was not happy about the strike, it was not going to change the nature of the relationship between U.S. and Israel, but he added that United States and Israel were going to have to talk about its impact on truce efforts. After Israel, Rubio is due to join Trump's planned visit to Britain next week.
It's not going to shake our relationship with Israel. Is going to remain strong, and sometimes things happen or come up in those relationships that perhaps you're not 100% aligned with or what have you, but it's not going to change the nature of our relationship with the Israelis. But we are going to have to talk about it. Primarily, what impact does this have? What happened? What impact does that have moving forward on what comes next?
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, meanwhile, on Saturday said eliminating Hamas's leaders would bring an end to the conflict in Gaza, accusing Hamas of repeatedly derailing ceasefire efforts. Netanyahu, in a post on X, said Hamas terrorist chiefs living in Qatar don't care about people in Gaza. They blocked all ceasefire attempts in order to endlessly drag out the conflict. His comments come shortly after Rubio told reporters that while President Trump was not happy about the Qatar strike, their alliance would be unaffected. And Israeli protesters on Saturday marched to the Hostages Square in Tel Aviv for the immediate release of hostages held in Gaza and the end of conflict in Gaza. In other news, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, ramped up security after a Russian drone violated Romanian airspace on Saturday. Romania's defense minister, in a statement, said the Air Force intercepted a Russian drone violating the national airspace. It added that two F-16 fighter jets were scrambled from the airbase as it was flying very low, but had disappeared near the Chela Veshe. The latest incursion occurred while Russia was launching a renewed barrage of attacks on Ukrainian ports. It also came days after Russian drones infiltrated the Polish airspace, prompting the government to enforce Article 4 of NATO. The latest Russian incursions in Eastern European nations have led to rise in concerns over a conflict spillover in Eastern Europe. And U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, meanwhile, said that incursion of Russian drones into Polish airspace this week was unacceptable, but added that it remained unclear if Moscow had deliberately sent these drones.
Well, there's still a lot of gathering happening. Irrespective, it shouldn't have happened. I don't think anybody's happy about it seeing happen. You saw NATO respond to it appropriately. We don't want to see it happen again. We think it's a unacceptable and unfortunate and dangerous development in this regard. I think it'll take a few more days for everybody to fully... The drones were intentionally launched. There's no doubt about the drones were intentionally launched. The question is whether the drones were targeted to go into Poland specifically. If that's the case, if the evidence leads us there, then obviously that'll be a highly escalatory move. There are a number of other possibilities as well, but I think we'd like to have all the facts and consult with our allies before we make, specific determinations.
And meanwhile, Russia and Belarus continued a major joint military exercise on NATO's doorstep on Saturday at a time of heightened tensions with the Western alliance. Earlier in the week, Poland shot down Russian drones that crossed into its airspace. The Zapad 2025 exercise, a show of force by Russia and its close ally Belarus, is taking place at training grounds in both countries, including close to the Polish border. It was scheduled well before the drone incident, which marked the first known occasion that a NATO member had fired against the incoming Russian targets in the course of the 3.5-year conflict. Russian Defense Ministry said in the first phase of the exercise, troops would simulate repelling an attack against Russia and Belarus, whose alliance is known as the Union State. US officials held talks with authorities in Kabul over Americans held in Afghanistan as the White House pushes to free citizens it sees as wrongly detained abroad. As return of wrongfully detained citizens a priority for Trump, Adam Boehler, the Trump administration special hostage envoy, and Zalmay Khalilzad, a former US special envoy for Afghanistan, met the Taliban foreign minister Amir Khan Muttaqi. Both sides will continue talks in future, particularly regarding citizens imprisoned in each other's countries. The US and Afghanistan did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Venezuelan government shared a video captured from a vessel that was allegedly intercepted by a US warship in the Caribbean waters. The Venezuelan government announced on Saturday that a US destroyer intercepted, boarded and occupied a Venezuelan tuna fishing vessel for 8 hours in the waters of the South American country's Special Economic Zone on Friday. And Venezuela hits out at the United States for allegedly seizing a fishing boat for 8 hours in its exclusive economic zone as the American military patrols the Caribbean to target drug cartels. In a statement by Venezuelan Foreign Minister Gale, the government stated that tuna vessel was boarded in an illegal and hostile manner and that it was crewed by 9 innocent fishermen. Also on Saturday, 5 US F-35 aircraft were seen landing in Puerto Rico after President Trump last week ordered 10 of the stealth fighters to join a military buildup in the Caribbean to counter drug cartels amid rising tensions with Venezuela. The annual Peace Bell ceremony was held at the United Nations headquarters in New York ahead of the International Day of Peace on 21st of September. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres rang the bell with Nakagawa Seiko, daughter of the Japanese peace activist who donated it in 1954. Guterres called on nations to act now for a peaceful world, warning of multiplying conflicts in Ukraine, Gaza, and prayed for peace. And we're heading for a short break. There's more coming up.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Hindi Diwas is observed on September 14th every year. Hindi ranks as the world's 4th most spoken language following English, Spanish and Mandarin. It's widely spoken in North India as a mother tongue. Hindi is an Indo-Aryan language written in Devanagari script and recognized as the official language of India. It's one of the Union government's 2 official languages alongside English and one of the 22 scheduled languages of India. Hindi Diwas aims to promote and propagate this official language while serving as a patriotic reminder of India's shared roots and unity among its diverse population. Union Home Minister Amit Shah extended greetings for Hindi Diwas on Sunday, called Hindi a language of national unity. In a message, he said, Hindi is priceless gem of linguistic unity. It is moving forward by taking all languages along with it.
भारत की भाषाओं की सबसे बड़ी विशेषता यह रही है कि उन्होंने हर वर्ग और समुदाय को अभिव्यक्ति का अवसर दिया। पूर्वोत्तर में बिहू का गान, तमिलनाडु में ओवियालू की आवाज, पंजाब में लोहड़ी के गीत, बिहार में विद्यापति की पदावली, बंगाल में बाउल संत के भजन, कजरी गीत, भिखारी ठाकुर की विदेशियां, इन सब ने हमारी संस्कृति को जीवन और लोक कल्याणकारी बनाया है।
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar extended his greetings on Hindi Diwas. He wrote on X, and I quote, "Heartfelt greetings on Hindi Diwas. Hindi is an important aspect of the growing global interest in our culture and traditions. Special congratulations to all linguists and Hindi enthusiasts engaged in the promotion and propagation of Hindi language worldwide." Unquote. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on X wrote, and I quote, "Heartfelt greetings to all fellow citizens on Hindi Day. Hindi is not merely a language, but a powerful expression of our national consciousness, cultural identity and emotional unity. From the freedom struggle to the present day, Hindi has played a crucial role in uniting the nation. Let us resolve to preserve and promote Hindi and all Indian languages. This resolve will make our nation even stronger." Unquote. And Hindi Diwas is being celebrated all over the world as a reminder of India's national pride and cultural heritage. People in Spain also celebrate the day, resonating the message that Hindi language is a bond that unites us across borders and generations.
It is a matter of great pride to be part of this special celebration of Hindi Diwas, where we celebrated Hindi not just as a language, but as a symbol of India's identity and shared pride. On 14 September 1949, Hindi was adopted as the official language of India, and ever since then has been celebrated all over the world as a reminder of our national pride and cultural heritage.
The evening began with a thoughtful presentation on the significance of Hindi Diwas. The winners of the online competition were recognized with a prize distribution ceremony for their commitment. It was inspiring to see how, even from afar, our community continues to connect with the language so deeply. The stage came alive with a vibrant dance performance by the children of the Indian diaspora. It was more than just a dance. It was a reminder that our younger generation, no matter how far they live, continue to embrace their cultural roots. The intricate expressions, the rhythm, and the grace of the dancers brought to life centuries of India's artistic heritage.
I done Hindi Guru in Spain since 2007, and we have got many students from Spain. Basically, they are Spanish people who likes to learn Hindi, and they live here, and that makes them easier to learn in Spain, in Madrid.
This event was actually spectacular, and there have been many dances and all. And my parents really want that me and my brother connect more to our mother nation, speak more Hindi, and well, it was awesome.
Following this, we enjoyed a Hindi play that combined humor, drama, and reflection. Theatre has always been a mirror to society, and this performance reminded us how effectively Hindi conveys both emotion and thought. The evening concluded with a soulful poetry recitation. Listening to the poems reminded us that Hindi is not just a means of communication, it is a vessel of imagination, emotion, and timeless artistry.
Every year we celebrate in Madrid. We organize like poetry, dance, essay writing competitions for everyone, and people enthusiastically they participate here, give their best, and they feel it's a festival.
As the program drew to a close, one message resonated clearly, that Hindi is a bond
that unites us all, and it is our responsibility to nurture and promote the language. Today's celebration was a reminder that either through dance, poetry, or simple conversation, Hindi continues to be the voice of India globally. This is Atman Sandhu in Spain for DD India.
The Indian Air Force is set to bid farewell to its iconic MiG-21 fighter jet after more than 6 decades of service. The aircraft will be formally de-inducted on September 26th with a special ceremony at the Air Force Station, Chandigarh. The event will mark the end of an era for the MiG-21, which first entered the services in the early 1960s.
For decades, the MiG-21 has been the backbone of India's aerial defense. Standing watch, answering every call, carrying the pride of the nation into the skies. Not just a fighter, but a symbol of resilience. Metal shaped by men. Men shaped by courage. From 1971 to Balakot, it stood firm. As its engines fall silent, the MiG-21 leaves the skies, etched forever in the history of Indian air power.
Let's take a look at some other stories. 7 new heritage properties, including Deccan Traps at Panchgani, Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra, and natural heritage of Tirumala Hills in Andhra Pradesh, have been added to the tentative list of UNESCO's World Heritage for India. The permanent delegation of India to UNESCO said the addition of these properties highlight India's commitment to preserve and conserve its rich cultural heritage. Some weather updates now from parts of India. The India Met Department has forecast continued heavy to very heavy rainfall across several parts of the country for the next 2 to 3 days. According to the IMD, heavy rains are expected over Odisha, Maharashtra, coastal Andhra, Yanam, Chhattisgarh, Telangana till tomorrow. Heavy rains are also very likely over Assam, Meghalaya, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Konkan and Goa. The Weather Department further predicts that conditions are becoming favorable for the withdrawal of southwest monsoon from some parts of West Rajasthan from Monday onwards. The Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Yatra has been suspended for the 20th consecutive day due to landslides, adverse weather and safety concerns. Pilgrims arriving in Katra remain disappointed as the Vaishno Devi Yatra continues to be halted. Devotees travelled with high hopes for hearing of the Yatra's possible resumption, only to find that it is postponed again due to rains and safety issues. Many recall the tragedy of recent casualties on the route and understand the Shrine Board's caution. Despite the setback, faith in Mata Rani remains strong, with devotees expressing hope to return as soon as the pilgrimage reopens. And Union Minister L. Murugan is addressing a press conference in Punjab on the flood situation.
Public, whatever the possibilities, help from the central government, jointly with the state government, we are working closely for the situation. And also our Honorable Prime Minister announced that 1,600 crore relief to the state also in that same day. For that follow-up, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, the 16 ministers are going to travel this entire state and the district-wise. They are all already 7 ministers are visited, and the remaining ministers are going to come to the district level to take the situation and to meet the people and console the people. For that, I came here in this Rupnagar yesterday, After my arrival here, I visited 4 villages. One is Sagarpur Bela village. In that village, almost the damage assessment is taking place, and the people's local panchayat leader and the sarpanch and all the affected people, I met them, and they told they need a permanent solution. There is the need of a bridge to connect to the main road. The people demanded. And another one village, Hariwal village. In that village also I visited. In that village the crops are damaged. The assessment is taking place there also. And also there is main issues that the channelizing the water is the major issue the people's demand. If that channelize is going to do the proper, or it will be in the future course or the long vision, it will be to control the damage in the upcoming years or whatever. Because this area is already identified the flood going to come. Like these areas, the administration has to be taken a long vision. For that only yesterday after my visits, I had a review meeting also that I come to later. Then I visited one village, Bela Dayani village. In that village, still people are disconnected in the mainstream. So the volunteers are our Karyakartas, BJP Karyakartas, and our BJP volunteers are working there, and some of swimmers are hired, and they are taking boat for the necessary rations or milk or whatever the medicines they needs. They are taking there. And another one place I visited, Lakshminarayana temple in Nangal. So there landslide was there. In that place also I visited. These 4 places I personally myself and our district administration and some volunteers, they are all visited, and we met the people and we heard them. Whatever the demands they told, they need everyone, they need a permanent solution. So that based on the permanent solution, I had a review meeting with the district administration yesterday evening at the district collectorate, district commissioner office, deputy commissioner office. There I had a detailed meeting, and I instructed to them to give solutions for the permanent solution. Whichever area I am unable to visit also, they identified and they are working on, and the assessments also started. Wherever the assessments are completed, in that places immediately the insurances has to be released. I given the order, I given the yesterday suggestions, and I also told that expedite fastly. And also whatever the compensation are going to disperse, the compensation also going to disperse as early as possible. And also the permanent solutions like construction of bridge or strengthen of the bridges, this and also we want to be taken up in these districts. And also apart from this, in our BJP Karyakartas, they are working there, and also they are almost 3,000 families. They adopted they given rations to the 3,000 people, to 3,000 families. Apart from the almost 7,000 tarpaulins they distributed for those necessaries, and 4 truck of fodders for the animal feed, that also distributed to the general public. Apart from this, there is an, you are all aware that from Delhi, Haryana, Gujarat, Goa, Uttar Pradesh states, they given 5 crore assessment to the state, and also the relief materials they sent here. So our concern is, main concern is this: our government is closely working with the state government, and our motto is main to we stand with the affected people for the whatever the necessary help They need that help also. That help we want to do that. That is working, and also the inter-ministerial central team also. They last few days they are working here and they are assessing the damages, and they will be further they are here. And also our Honorable Prime Minister माननीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने इधर आए थे. Our Prime Minister visited, and our Prime Minister assistant, whatever the assistant needs under the Prime Minister Awas Yojana, and whatever the schools are damaged, Samar Shiksha Abhiyan Yojana will help to them for the restoration of the state. And also whatever the Kisan is affected for the Kisans, the Kisan Samman Nidhi, you are all aware that already 11 crore Kisans, they are getting benefit for under the Prime Minister Kisan Samman Nidhi. That Kisan Samman Nidhi is going to give advance in the state for the installment for the in the state. And also for those are the children here affected, the Prime Minister Citizens Assistance Relief and Emergency Situation for the Children schemes will be adopted soon. So this closely the state and central government and the volunteers, everyone is togetherly is working to come out from the situation, this flood affected situation.
Sir, several ministers has come here in Punjab to see the flood situation, but Punjab government is saying that this is only a public option for the central ministers. How do you see this?
You see, this is not at all the politicized time. So we want to be stand, whether central government or state government, everyone togetherly to stand for the people. So for that we are working, for that we are coming here, we are visiting and we are meeting to the people, and also already our Prime Minister is announced 1,600 crore for the relief of the state, and also already 12,000 crore pending amount is with the state. The state government, they are having the state. See, you are asking, that's why I am telling. Here the flood situation was there. 3 days, where is the Chief Minister? He was in Tamil Nadu. He was there in Tamil Nadu in the flood situation area. Where here floods was there. Whether he visited Tamil Nadu 3 days, 2 days he was there. Whether Tamil Nadu, CUC, Delhi, Haryana, Gujarat, Goa, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Uttar Pradesh, states are given help to them. Why he is not asking? He went there. What the time? The situation time is the flood is hitted here. In that time he visited there, and he met Stalin. Why political purpose he want to visit that time? Whether Stalin extended any help here? No. So you don't go to the politics. You stand for the people. You stand for the concerned people's welfare. This is our concern. We are working for the people closely with the states, and we are whatever the assistance needs. The assistants are helping other states also and volunteer organizations also. Our Karyakartas, Seva Bharati, like organizations, they are working in the field. Where is Rahul Gandhi? Why Rahul Gandhi is not visited? So this is not at all the question. This is the situation. We all work together to stand with the people to come out from the situation.
So, Shivraj Chauhan came and he said illegal mining is the main cause of flooding in Punjab. Yes. How do you find out?
Yes, I also visited that second village. I told this Hariwal village. So there.
You're watching live the press conference by Minister of State L. Murugan giving an update on the flood situation in Punjab and the relief efforts that have been made by the government. He said that the compensations that are scheduled, about 1,600 crores for the state of Punjab, will be released soon. Also, that state and centre are working closely to bring relief to people. On to sports now. The stage is set for another chapter in the iconic India-Pakistan rivalry, as the two countries are set to take on one another and lock horns in the high-stakes Group A encounter of the Asia Cup T20 tournament in Dubai on Sunday. High-stakes encounter between India and Pakistan. Stage is set for the epic Group A encounter taking place in Dubai this evening between India and Pakistan. Earlier, India recorded the best T20 win against UAE in the opener. And now India takes on arch-rival Pakistan in Dubai. If you look at head-to-head between 13 T20 international, India has won 10 matches against Pakistan and Pakistan has won 3. And DT India correspondent Abhishek Mahajan joins us live from Dubai with more. Abhishek, take us through the anticipation ahead of this big match. One cannot ignore the complex emotions around the contest this time.
Yes, Shubhendu, good morning. Big match between India and Pakistan today. And yes, probably the biggest match in the competition, also in the tournament, if we talk about it. And everyone waits for this match to happen. And yes, you're right. And this same question was raised from Ranten Dushkate, who is the assistant coach of Team India. And he said that we are professionals and when we have been asked to play and will play this like we play any other match. And the question was also asked that how this match is different from earlier India versus Pakistan encounters, and he said the same thing. But yes, Shubhendu, India are definitely favourites to win this game. If you look at the stats also, head-to-head record also, India have done better post 2024 World Cup triumph. If you see, India have lost only 3 games and they have gone on to win over 15 games. So that shows that India are better on paper, and they have lost only against Zimbabwe and South Africa, if we see, in the last 1 year or so. And then lead up to the World Cup next year in 2026 that will be hosted by India. India definitely look all set and all the bases are covered, and it will be a good matchup if we talk about in the game. Shaheen Shah Afridi and Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill. So it will be interesting game. Head-to-head, India looks better in both ODIs and T20s. If we see in head-to-head, India have done quite better than Pakistan, and India on paper are firm favourites to win this game.
Right, clearly India are the favourites, Abhishek, but if you look at the teams who are going to take on one another, how are the arch rivals poised to manage one another in this crucial contest?
Yes, absolutely. One question was asked about the playing 11 also. There was a lot of speculation whether Arshdeep Singh should be part of the 11, but yes, that's what Ranten Dushkate also said, that we are going with horses for courses policy, which simply means that they are likely to go with the same playing 11, which means that Arshdeep Singh will have to sit out. And the question was also asked whether they're going to float the batting order also. And a day before, on Friday itself, India's batting coach Sitanshu Kotak had also said that only openers and number 3 are set. So we are lucky that we have Hardik Pandya, we are lucky that we have Akshar Patel, we are also lucky that we have those batters who can float around, who can bat in any position. So that's what Team India's new mission is also. That's what team management also thinks about, and that's what think tank is also saying, that everyone, every player, every batter should be responsible, and every player should be ready to bat at any position. And that's why India is batting deep also. That's what is giving freedom to the openers and number 3 also, Shubhendu. If you see, even if we are 30 for 3 or 30 for 4, we have the batting till number 8. So that's how new Team India is, and that's how the game has changed, and that's how India's strategy and planning has also changed in the last 2-3 years. And yes, like I said, India are doing well in the last a year or so, and yes, beating Pakistan should not be that difficult on Dubai pitches.
Okay, Abhishek, appreciate you joining us with those updates from Dubai. Sharan and Pooja Rani claimed silver and bronze medals, respectively, at the World Boxing Championship in England. 24-year-old Indian boxer defeated Paris Olympic silver medalist Julia Zamata by 4-1 margin in the 57 kg category final to secure the top podium finish in Liverpool. Jasmine, a Commonwealth Games medalist, lagged behind in the first round, but bounced back at the second to overcome the Polish boxer Adding to India's glory, Nupur Sharon claimed silver in the women's 80 kg plus division, while Pooja Rani signed off with the bronze. And with that, we conclude this edition of DD India News Hour. News and updates continue after a short break. Namaskar.